am Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. For today's reading, we're going to get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty with, first of all, that Venus is going into Capricorn, a lot more methodical, steady, a little bit more serious approach to matters of love and finance, right? But along with that, in a couple days right after, on Thursday, we're experiencing a very major shift, and that would be the full moon in Leo, and that's going to be opposing Pluto. So a lot of that inner yuck is going to be coming up and welling up, and it'll be a very dramatic release. So in order for us to transmute and to release and to facilitate those aspects of change, I have come up with today's rune reading and meditated on the runes already. So join me today as we explore these aspects of Venus in Capricorn and the full moon in Leo coming up this week. All right, how we all feeling, everyone? That Pluto's been shaking things up, that Sun in Aquarius has been shaking things up. Pluto in Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius, big expansive energies. That air energy is amplified. If you do not know about those transits, please go back to the previous readings and we will go from there. As far as this coming week goes, we have that Venus in Capricorn. Very practical, pragmatic sort of energies with love and finance, right? But then we have this super, almost like a tantrum of a release, a very dramatic release, a somatic release of this full moon in Leo coming up, and that's opposing the planet Pluto. All right, so figure out what the Pluto aspects are in your chart right now, and just be ready for that full release and surrender, for that deep inner healing work. We're going to cleanse this energetic space for this rune reading. I keep on holding this bowl while I'm talking here, but let's go ahead and get this going with cleansing the energetic space by ringing out this singing bowl. I have this $2 note. It's representative of uncommon abundance, so we're simultaneously giving gratitude for all the uncommon abundance in our lives, while we are also inviting more of that in as we take 3 deep breaths, at least 3, right? In through the nose, nice and slow, not forcing anything. And out through the mouth, not forcing anything. A lot of people like to do it like they're breathing out through a straw. But really just don't force it. Just let your breath relax out. Naturally drawing in, naturally releasing like the waves on the shore. Nice centered calmness, openness, releasing a lot of that anxiety and trepidation about these upcoming events. This full moon is going to be intense, y'all. Be ready to shed some tears. Go out and buy some tissues, if tissues are your thing, right? And why I say that is because it's going to be such a profound, dramatic feeling release. This is like giving birth to your new life. A lot of this is going to be reaffirmations for a lot of us. And for others, it's going to be very traumatizing. I wouldn't say traumatizing, but it'll bring up a lot of the past traumas and force us to confront those natures, those aspects of self, right? A huge, huge shift and release as far as that goes. So let's find out what this means for the collective as we go on with today's rune reading. That Venus in Capricorn energy is going to be pretty cool. Yeah, we're coming from that past sense of harvest. This is Jera. This is the rune of harvest. What we sow is what we reap. Right? So this, a lot of that karma is coming around, going around. It's been flying around here, right? This could be gain and growth as well. So a lot of us have been expanding, or at least trying to expand here in these recent past energies. What a beautiful aspect to be coming from, because we know then what we can do to better ourselves, our lives, lives of others, right? Right now, this is in the current energies position. We have Perthrow. This is the Gambler's Cup. This is a board game initiation, kind of a rite of passage, right? These present energies, depending on the time that you're watching this, could be during this full moon Leo. So this is kind of an initiation, a rite of passage, right? This sort of profound healing, transformative work. If you're watching this also and you're more concerned with this Venus entering Capricorn aspect, these current energies are like the Gambler's Cup of the dice going, okay, well, it is what it is. And that's a very uncomfortable feeling for Venus and Capricorn, because it's all about stability, that long haul, right? That the lasting energies, the grounded, more sensible, valuable type of energies, right? So this Gambler's Cup could be like a very uncomfortable place for a lot of us, because we know how we're entering in that energy, but we're getting changed in direction, we're transforming. This is also indicative of the womb. So a lot of us might have child rearing on our minds, or just the simple fact of love and pregnancy on our minds. But we have no idea how that aspect is going to be changing us in these current energies. And the best form of this is just to surrender, release to these energies that are going on right now, and really get into those aspects of self, noticing that these energies are what they are. And this is kind of setting up the board for the rest of the game at play, right? For the game of life, so to speak, right? Not a lot of us like hearing that, but it is sort of that sort of reality where we've reaped this harvest, and now we're just kind of this universal shrug of the shoulders, like, okay, well, I know I'm divinely guided no matter what steps I take. However, this is really calling us to go inside and just be okay with the flow of energies from the past into the present, because in the future, you're going to need all that energy, right? This is Thor's hammer. This is a thorn. This is also indicative of a giant, like you're going across the path and all of a sudden there's a big giant in your way, and then you keep going down that path, right? This is also kind of like that thorn shoved in the side, or a hammer strike also, right? So this is actually more related to Thor's hammer, and this would be Theorisas, and this is focused power. In the future energies here, we're going to be thankful that we have been in this place of reflection, because we have a better stance, better grounded sense of where we are coming from and how to best approach these energies. This can build or destroy. I also like to argue a third aspect where it can also protect. Okay, regardless of which, this is a energy which is very quick moving, very thorough, and it is calling for you to take decisive action, right? Whether this is changing of a house, spouse, or career, this could also mean a change of paradigm, a change of the inner aspects of self, right? A shift in how we behave, old beliefs that are no longer serving us, right? Releasing what is no longer in our path or our highest calling. We might be thinking of an old paradigm or an old adage that may not even apply to us anymore, or at least moving forward here, right? So let's go ahead and see what the action for the best outcome is. Yeah, this is journey. This is change of house, spouse, or career. This is a literal journey. This is calling you to go on that literal journey, or be ready for that. This could mean a change of state. A lot of us are moving out of state recently. or a lot of us changing countries of residence as well. So this is going to be very definitive, very thorough, it'll feel like at first that it's out of your control, but you are the master of your own destiny here, because you are responsible for that energy, right? You are responsible for setting up this board of play, of this game of life, and you are the one taking this journey. This could also just mean riding out the waves, riding out the storm, riding out these energies, just bracing on and just really toughing it out. That's very stubborn energy, and that's very much that Capricorn energy that Venus will be in. However, we have other aspects that are focusing us on liberating our expression and being more expressive. And I think through that, it's going to lead more to this travel aspect. This is definitely a shift, right? This could also mean a figurative move, but this rune often indicates a very literal physical move. Okay, like a pond being thrown into the water. Right, you can see that the ripples go out to the shore, but they don't just stop there. They reflect and they come back in. You likewise, you can put your hand in front of that little ripple of water, but it'll just go around your hand and it'll make more of a wave pattern of interference here. So are you going to be that wave pattern of interference for your life? Or are you going to ride out these energies? You're going to address this fully. You've you've rolled the dice here with, there's this adage that comes to mind, the spirit would like me to say. It's called, you make your bed, so lay in it. So we've been making our beds here, and now we're being called to make thorough, decisive actions. Okay, are you going to lay down in this bed or not? Right? The decision's always yours. You can always change the now. Right? Stop thinking about the future too much. Stop thinking about this harvest too much. Because your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are the light of your path. This is Kinas. This is the torch. This is a lot of inspirational work. So when we're inspired and we're lighting this torch, we're not only lighting the path for others, but ourselves as well, when we lead by example, when we're riding out these energies. Okay, these are very transformative energies, all three of these together. Because we don't partially address a giant, we don't partially build something, or we don't partially pull a thorn out of our sides. We address it fully. And we're shining light into some very far reaches of our lives. And through this, as a transformative process, that full moon release is going to be huge. And there's going to be very thorough energy, and it's going to be very decisive and quick. Okay? Right along with that Venus and Capricorn, we're probably going to be shedding some relationships that no longer serve us. Right? This is shedding light onto those areas. Our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, you are in a very healthy aspect right now. However, I'm being called to say, don't be too attached to the old ways of thinking. Don't be too attached to the old ways of thinking. We could try to think of, okay, well, what else am I not thinking? But then we're overthinking, and then we're getting into that ego headspace some more. Right now, what we risk losing is that being grounded, that natural vitality. This is the ox rune. This is complementary to that Capricorn energy, right? So we do risk losing some more of that pragmatic, that more healthy, like long enduring type of energy, that very grounded sense of energy, right? So Urus, this wild ox, is full of courage, full of strength, right? When we're not feeding and stoking that fire, the torch, right, of lighting our paths for ourselves and for others on this beautiful journey that we're on collectively, then yeah, we're going to be risking a lot of that strength, that inner courage, right? This full moon release is going to have us squaring off with this bull. That gambler's cup is turning into that bull, right? You don't want to risk that losing this either, because this is a beautiful earth, very grounded sort of energy. And when we're too much into this fire energy, we can be losing our grounding, losing our footing, right? Even though we are on this journey, right, we're still called to be in our grounding work. That full moon release, that somatic breath work, right? I'm being called to tell you that somatic release breath work is going to be where it's at. That Venus and Capricorn will pale in comparison to the full moon energy. So really be ready for what goes on Thursday. On Tuesday, this is going to be a nice shift. It is Venus and Capricorn, they do get along, where it's a more practical sense of love and a more practical sense of our approach to the finer things in life, like our relationship with finance or abundance, right? We could be traveling towards more abundance and leading others along the way. Okay. We could be going on these journeys here in the near future. Like myself personally, I'm going to many fairs coming up here. It's about that time of year again where, a lot of the holistic wellness fairs are taking place and will be kind of like a regular thing moving forward, right? So I'm also being on this journey here, but also being, right, because I practice what I preach, y'all. Practice what I preach. We don't want to risk losing this regardless, okay? I lost my train of thought. I apologize for that part. This is a beautiful outcome, though. The Othala rune is about that heritage, that legacy, the paradigms that we pass on, what we leave for future generations. This is the foundation, right? This could be an inheritance that we leave too. It's energies that will last beyond our lifetimes. Okay, so this is a beautiful harvest to be in, right? And with that foundation, we're transforming ourselves into that stronger aspect of what that means to us, of what a foundation or what a legacy means to us, or an inheritance or a home, right? This is going to be a big purge, I believe. Right now, we're kind of a little lost and confused. Our heads are spinning with that Aquarius energy, right? We had this really nice season of harvest. We had a very good, beautiful time together with the, just worldwide, really, for the most part. For the most part, I'm not going to speak to the atrocities that are going on elsewhere. However, this is still a harvest. And even what's going on across the world right now, they're still in this sense of harvest from the past. Right now, they're rolling the dice, and this is going to be a big purge for them as well. So even for the negative aspects that have been occurring, we have been out of this pandemic sort of aspect for about a year now, and we had this beautiful sense of harvest, like a holiday season. We can finally celebrate with our families and kind of begin a lot of that healing work. A lot of us are picking up the pieces and purging what our old beliefs are as far as that goes. We're moving, and finally a lot of us are able to pick up these pieces and move on with our lives. And yes, these processes are long, subtle energies that do take a lot of time. They're very powerful energies. And this is exalted under Pluto. Pluto's a very long and enduring energy. And right now, with it stationed in Aquarius, a lot of people are getting that clarity that Aquarius provides, right? And this is during the Sun in Aquarius season, right? So that Venus in Capricorn is going to make a lot of sense for us being in a more grounded, methodical, pragmatic approach to things, right? And that full moon release is going to be very dramatic, but it's gonna set your heart and your soul and everything ablaze with that purging, cleansing fire energy, right? Just make sure that you don't lose your grounding. And out of this comes the phoenix from the ashes, that new sense of paradigm, that new legacy, that sense of self, right? I know this is a bit of a longer read here for y'all, but this is a very beautiful energy, very intense energies also about. So be careful on this journey is all I'm saying. We don't want to get wrapped up too much in the ego and saying, oh, this is the label for this, or this is the label for that. Be in the now, right? Purge what needs to be purged. Enjoy this journey. Trust the process. The only way out is through, right? Light that torch, light that path for others and subsequently yourself. Be grounded. Face it with the tenacity and the courage of this wild ox, right? Of this bull, right? And really call in your foundational aspects, your new paradigms, your new self, your new identity, your new heritage that you're going to be leaving behind. These aspects, the world's never going to be the same. Y'all, this Pluto energy is going to go for 10 to 20 years, and it's going to be very long-lasting, impactful. We're going to look back to these times, and they'll be hardly recognizable at all. Okay, let's get some cards for clarity. These are Soul's Journey cards. These are messages straight from divine, straight from source, directly to your spirit, directly to your soul. So divine, what message of clarity do you have to offer for today's reading of Venus in Capricorn and also the full moon in Leo, right? One is very grounded. The other calls for a very big release. Huge release, y'all. Go do that mirror work. Be ready to shed those tears, right? A lot of these tears are not going to be ego tears, right? They're going to be tears of love, your self-love, finally, right? And this will help boost your self-esteem. This is beautiful. It says, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Wow. See, you know you already possess these gifts, right? But maybe this is calling a transformation of those gifts. All right, so let's find out more about this card. Self-esteem, what a beautiful card to have. That's such a beautiful mandala. So beautiful. Again, it says, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. It is easy to perceive others as being better than you. This is a trap of the ego. There is no one greater or lesser than you. There are only those who have learned how to reveal their gifts to a greater or lesser degree. Everyone is born with unique abilities of the soul, and just like snowflakes, no two are alike. You have a unique perspective to share with the world and have come out back this time to put your stamp on it. And here it is. Don't lose that self-esteem, right? As shaky as this journey and you holding that torch, hold that torch up into the darkness, right? As much courage as that takes. Theorizos wants you to do it thoroughly, like in the darkest corners of your heart and your soul. Light them up. This is a journey. Trust the journey. Trust this process. Perhaps you may not be aware or even in tune with your incredible gifted self. Why not try to make a list of 10 aspects of yourself or abilities you possess that you love and hold in high regard? It is not always easy to write about yourself, but sometimes you need to be reminded just how special you are. And that's why I said that mirror work earlier, right? Do that self-love, right? Increase that self-esteem. Beautiful stuff. All right, remember that you did not come down to this schoolroom by accident. You have meaning and a reason for being. You are a treasure chest of incredible gifts and insights. Now is the time to celebrate you. Right? When we hand over the reins of our life to other energies. It's like an invisible entity. Why in the heck would we do that? We need the self-esteem to take those reins, to go on this journey ourselves, right? To not be in this victim mind state of this cause and effect, right? You are your own cause and effect. You set up this game of life that you are playing. How are you gonna play it right now? What are you doing right now to get ready for all this? To leave that lasting legacy? Let me know in the comments below. All right, these are cards from the fairies. And the fairies are divinely guided beings that love to help us out through our journeys. So fairies, I ask you to show us clearly, what message of clarity do you have for us today for this beautiful rune reading for Venus and Capricorn and this awesome release of the full moon in Leo. And I do say awesome as awe-inspiring, not awesome in the casual sense. Awesome in the literal sense. New career, y'all. You saw that fly out. This card is a popular one on our channel, but we haven't seen it here over the holiday season a lot. Okay, but this is more of this turning the page of this self-esteem, and really this legacy is going to be your new career, I believe, for many of you, or maybe this whole collective energy, right? Maybe a lot of us are banding together, right? We're moving towards one another, towards that lighting the path for ourselves and for others. But regardless, we are doing this in a thorough sense. Your work focus is shifting in positive, new, and successful directions. Let's read more about this card. That's a beautiful, beautiful angelic looking figure on there. That rainbow energy, right? Beautiful, bright, new beginnings, right? The rainbow also symbolizes new beginnings. All right, so again, this says, your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. The fairies sent this card in answer to your dreams and prayers about your career. The universe is responding to your spoken and silent desires to have a fulfilling and meaningful profession. This is a reminder to keep your thoughts positive and to continue taking guided action steps, such as getting additional education, networking with people in the industry you'd like to work in, or updating and sending out your resume or marketing materials and engaging in creative pursuits. Daily action combined with prayer opens career doors for you. Additional meanings for this card are your business idea will be successful. Trust and follow your intuition about your career, or return to school or take classes to learn a new skill. Your financial situation is improving, or you'll receive a promotion or a raise in salary. Also, and finally, heal an issue at your workplace so you can move forward with your profession and your life. Beautiful energies, y'all. This is going to be a deep transformation for you through this week. Please reach out to me in the comments or in the email. I'm available at youressentialpractice@gmail.com. Also, you can find me on that social media. You can chat with me on there. Awesome. I always pull a chakra token to help us with our meditative practices throughout this energetic reading here. And this token, red, what do you think that color means, right? That's the root chakra. That's the beginning of that rainbow color, right? So we all need to start somewhere. And that self-esteem has a great foundation. Look at this card as if it is a tower being built up. And that red foundation is the circumference of that tower. And then the next layer would be that purple. And then you can build all the nice, fanciful, and enlightened colors above that, right? So that's a beautiful energy to be working with, and that will help out with your self-esteem and with your new career. This is a beautiful token. So I thank the divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this divinely guided Rune reading here today with this Venus in Capricorn and full moon in Leo energies. 396 hertz is the root chakra solfeggio frequency. That's 396. The chakra is associated with survival, safety, and security. Someone with a blocked root chakra would typically be fearful or anxious. Listening to the solfeggio frequency of 396 hertz will help stimulate the part of the subconscious brain that is associated with blockage, and would help you unearth negative belief systems, right? It'll help transform a lot of that. And it would help you with transforming those feelings residing deep within your subconscious mind as well. When your root chakra is unblocked, you should feel secure, more connected with your body, and grounded, more in that self-esteem, more in that uruz energy, right? And more in that heritage energy, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. The mudra and mantra for the root chakra are beautiful. We'll start off in the prayer position. Okay. And we'll hook the thumb and the index fingers together and link them so that they do not break, right? We'll leave these middle fingers pointed, but we will fold in the ring and the pinky fingers. We'll fold those in and kind of layer them in, right? And we'll bring our wrists together while pointing this down at our root chakra, or down south for us, right? Or in just resting it in our laps. We'll recite the mantra LAM, L-A-M, L-A-M, while listening to 396 hertz solfeggio frequency, feeling that self-esteem increase, that new foundation that we're laying that confidence, right? That subconscious level of those ego problems, we're transforming those, right? And this is really beautiful energy to begin your new career in. Thank you for allowing me in this energetic space with you. I really appreciate this, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. If you would like a personal rune reading from yours truly, please message me at youressentialpractice@gmail.com, or you can also find me in the social media links below. Also, please check out the description box, as there's a ton more information there as always. So for that mudra, that LAM mantra associated with, that's the folding of these pinky and ring fingers together, and then we're going to interlock the thumb and the forefingers together while leaving the middle fingers pointed. We can rest that on our laps with the 396 hertz solfeggio frequency playing, that beautiful color red laying the foundation for us in our hearts, minds, and souls, right? As we recite LAM, the 396, here's the mudra, right? I'm not flipping you off. This is actually how it goes. All right. So, with any further questions or concerns or thoughts to me, please message me. I'd love to hear from y'all. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as that would definitely help out the channel. I'm only 2 subscribers away from 200, y'all. So help me get to that mark, please. I would really, really appreciate it. That would just totally make my day, right? All right. So without further ado, namaste, and have a blessed and abundant day.